All right, here we are back on BVTV for VBL3. This is round 3 match. My name's Tony Sherwell. Bringing you the match between CLUBARHAM Suns and SEBASTOPOL BURRAS. This is pairs action. Robbie Baker leading for SEBASTOPOL BURRAS. Brad Marron will skip at that rink. And their opponents today is Joshy Thornton, who's on the mat right now, end 1. He'll lead out for Bradley Orr. Bring all the special comments, expert commentary and good looks to the commentary team. Matty Atobre. Morning, Matty.
Well, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon now, isn't it? Yes.
Thank you for having me. Geez, good start by JT.
Yeah, got some skills, does our JT.
Yep. Well, he tells us he's got great skills, so...
Regularly.
Yeah, we get to see it now. Fantastic.
So this, of course, is Section C. We're here from Dandenong Club. 4 teams in a section. Ocean Grove sit atop the section and Dandenong sit second. And this match is between SEBASTOPOL and CLUBARHAM Suns, as I said. And the winner of this can shape who makes it through to finals next weekend. So the equation is pretty simple for CLUBARHAM. They need to win and get the bonus point, which means winning all 4 legs, singles, pairs, triples and 4s. And for SEBASTOPOL, the equation's not too dissimilar. They currently sit 6 points behind Dandenong Pulse, 27 points maximum up for grabs in each round. So they'll be keeping a watchful eye on the matches, a couple of rinks over between Ocean Grove and Dandenong Club. So plenty to play for.
Ball here from Rob Baker.
Now, Robbie Baker, Matty, for those keen-eyed VBL viewers will know he grows an extra leg when he plays on the stream. He is an absolute machine, a very good player regardless.
Well, it's the first time I've actually seen Rob. I think I've dealt with maybe over 20 calls with
yeah, of course.
SEBASTOPOL.
He's the bowls manager at SEBASTOPOL, so yeah, you would be quite familiar with him. But yeah, when he's on a live stream rink, he bowls the house down. So we'll look forward to a big showing from him. This is Bradley Orr using a Drake's Pride bowl. JT's an aero man. Bradley Marron's an aero
Needs
man.
to get down. Oh, great bowl.
Bradley Marron I've seen a bit of over yesterday and today, and he's been very good with that ability to convert heads.
Not far away, Tone.
This is the old, anything you can do, I can do better. Gets a tip of the hat from Rob Baker.
Question there, which way? JT saying stay on the forehand.
Yeah, it's a pretty good call.
How's it looking, Tone?
I'm not sure it's going to drop back in far enough, but a good effort nonetheless.
It's a good way for it.
Yep. So 15 ends in our pairs and triples matches, the opening legs of round 3. 3 bowl pairs and 2 bowl triples. 2-hour time limit with dead ends replayed. Nice bit of atmosphere out here too. Good crowd building here at Dandenong Club. If you're nearby, swing on down. We've got about 4 hours left of bowls for today, so plenty of opportunity to catch some superstars in action. Still just the one to SEBASTOPOL BURRAS at this stage.
Staying with the forehand, Tone, you think? He's got Rob's bowl to bring in there.
Yeah, I don't
He's
think...
lining up backhand.
Just asking for it to cut a little. Does it get in there for 2? It does.
It does.
Bradley Marron in good form. 2 on the opening end for Sebastopol. Opening end next door going the way of CLUBARHAM's Suns. They'll update the scoreboard shortly. All these scores end by end on BowlsLink. So 3 to CLUBARHAM Suns in the triple, so a good start there. Most times, Matty, we've seen players opting to stay away from the ditch side or play the other hand.
I don't think I've ever seen 8. Is it normally 8 rinks here at Dandenong?
Yeah,
Quite
for
often.
VBL and those sort of things, they certainly get the 8 in there, but fantastic facility here at Dandenong Club. Sarah Roger being nice and positive as always. A shout out to the players for staying well away from the cameras. They've been very good this VBL. I did have a bit of a crack at JT as this match started and said make sure you keep out of the road of the camera. He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. He still doesn't believe he was in the road of the camera for about 5 ends in a row.
Well, where we couldn't see the whole game.
Yeah. Pidge saying he's never seen Rob Baker wearing shorts. I reckon that's a fair call. He normally is in pants, isn't he? There you go. Breaking them out in the warmth here at Dandenong.
Great correction there from JT.
That'll keep Stephen Rowdy Arthur happy. They've just updated the board next door to a 4. And that's in the triples. So CLUBARHAM getting a good early start in the triples. They've made a change. They've subbed out Luke. So they've now got Jared Hammond, Harrison Keeley being skippered by Brody Harker. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well.
Bit heavy here, Tone. JT didn't like it.
That stamp of the foot.
Yep.
Going to finish in a pretty good home, though.
Not a bad home at all.
I'd like to have a little counter on the number of times you see Brad laugh, or his little infectious little giggle as he skips the CLUBARHAM Suns. Bradley Orr, of course, there's 2 Brads skipping against each other.
Brad Marron looking to sit JT's bowl.
Just out was the call from Robbie Baker. There's one little grin.
Just both bowlers missing the line slightly, Tone.
Yeah, weight's
Great
good.
weight on both bowls.
So slightly more difficult of the 2 hands, as we talked about earlier.
It's a better track.
Not much as difficult for Brad Marron or Brad Orr, though.
Oh, it's just gonna. Yeah.
In for a couple.
What are you doing with your last bowl, Tone? Got every bowl at the back. They got the back covered.
Yeah, a trail of about 5 feet would be handy.
He's coming forehand.
Might just try and either sit
There's
out
the weights. Oh, got one of them.
He gives it a real roost. Yeah, just confirming a touch is okay. So
Yeah, a little trail will be great for CLUBARHAM.
asking for it to hurry. Not sure he sent it.
No, I don't think it's going to be there.
No, he knew it straight out of the hand. He's turned his
Wait
back.
a sec.
Well, there you go. He's turned his back on that, asking for it to hurry, but there you go.
I think they've got a game plan here, Tone.
Yeah.
And I think the question from Brad then to JT was, do we go with it now? So, what do you think that is? Obviously got a set length that they want to go to.
Knowing JT, it'll be do something where I can get my head on camera and
Will be the star of the show. Well, talk about a star. This is a great start.
You don't become a Commonwealth Games gold medalist without knowing how to play. Of course, he's won an Australian Open pairs as well. State fours. A range of other titles under his belt as our JT. You saw JT's reaction. He didn't like that one either out of the hand, but not much wrong with it.
I'm sure you probably had this discussion, Tone. What are your thoughts on 3-bowl pairs?
Well, we talked about it a little bit earlier. It can become a bit of a
Great bowl
leader's
here from
game.
Rob.
But I don't mind. I think it makes for good viewing on TV, that's for sure.
Going to add a mat here, JT. Great leading from Rob Baker.
And all his ducks in a row as Robbie Baker. Tanner Arthur saying in his 7 years playing with him at Sebas, he's never seen him in shorts. So today's a historic moment.
Brad Orr. Great change up there, Tone.
Yeah, gets the jack out in the open. Yeah, Barbara, it was nice to have Chris Green in commentary earlier. We'd love to have more of him. Of course, he's very busy with his job at Deer Park and his bowls, everything else that he does. But we welcome him anytime we can get him in commentary. It's a nice bit of, good bit of feel around this venue at the moment. There's people having a bit of fun, some giggles going on, people recognising some good bowls. Nice spot to be.
Great opportunity for the Burras now, Tone, holding 3. Trial of the jack, brings the back one in.
3's not enough for a Robbie Baker.
No.
Not even 4.
He wants
Wants a handful.
wants Brad to lift. Can he trial the jack?
He's under the jack, but he might still be able to get in if he can get the right side.
Oh. Yes, is
clapped
the
as
call
if to
from
say
Robbie.
yes. So there's
4.
1, there's 2. JT's not going to give up that easily.
No.
I think this is a look in hope. Well played by the Sebastopol Burras. They pick up 4, third end in.
It's forced a bit of a chat from the Burras about mat length.
Yeah, Joel, it's almost a carbon copy.
Yeah, it is very similar, isn't it?
Of course, they played a lot together on this very rink. They won a national pairs title. Slight loose one there from JT, just missing his line a bit. Shakes his head. Brad Marron in pretty good touch, of course. Won a singles title at Champions Week in Bendigo this year. And got beaten in the round of 16, 25-24 by J. Norris, who went on to win the other singles title, so certainly can play.
Talking about playing, this is a great start here from Rob Baker.
I did tell you he grows another leg when he's on the stream.
Well, we can see his legs.
Out of his shorts, yes. First time in 7 years at least.
Reply here from JT.
It's good enough for shot. Good correction.
Call of 2 feet on your last bowl.
The other section, we have the match between Deer Park and Warrnambool. Both those teams, 2 wins from their 2 matches so far. So, bit of bragging rights. They'll both qualify through to finals and both be strong contenders next weekend. CLUBARHAM for the finals of VBL3. Teams will be vying for a share in over $80,000 in prize money. Not bad for a few days of bowls. Get our Robbie Baker out of the road of that camera. Lovely bowl from Brad Marron, just a touch through. But
Lost his spot on weight again, Tone.
Making it look easy. There's Bradley Orr. Brad Marron's got one of the more lethal drives. This Jack's just sitting on it, so won't need much contact.
Foot over, I think is the call from Rob Baker.
Spit the Jack back is the theory.
He's not far away, Tone.
He's just got to hold that line. No, just cuts away slightly.
Brings it back to 1.
It's Bradley Orr down here. One more spin. Good effort nonetheless.
I think they're calling a change of hands here, Tone. Forehand, a little bit through. Hit Robbie's bowl, shoot the Jack back.
Don't know if Bradley likes that one too much.
No, stamp of the foot again.
Into the drink and gone. Not far away.
Oh,
It's
great
just going to
effort.
slide on through, so that'll be a single to CLUBARHAM Suns. 3-6 we've played, 4 ends. CLUBARHAM Suns, of course, are hosting our finals next weekend. In fact, major host partner of Bowls Victoria. They host a number of events. Home to the all-new Over 60s Carnival, held for the first time in May of this year. A resounding success was the Carnival. I'm sure it's going to grow in years to come as well. Barron is also hosting the Women's Country Carnival later this year for the first time. This event will see hundreds of female bowlers compete in pairs and fours events, hoping for their piece of $20,000 prize pool. Entries are open for the event, which is held from the 2nd to the 6th of October. So enter via BowlsLink or via the CLUBARHAM website. I look forward to getting back to CLUBARHAM next weekend.
I've had a little bit of work to do with the Women's Country Carnival, Tone, and CLUBARHAM. Real incentive, or trying to do a lot of things through BowlsLink. Obviously registrations, and there'll be some live scoring in that carnival.
Yeah, sure will. Nice, nice setup up there. Plenty of fun to do. Oh dear. Strong gust of wind has just gone through over the back. Knocked a couple of things over. Not going to bother Robbie Baker though. Or maybe it will as he waves that one away. Yeah, great shooting, JT.
of weight here from Robbie Baker. Looking to disturb JT's start. He's not
On
far
target.
away. Oh.
Gets the jack back, but gets into the Thornton back bowl. Spits out sideways. Still down 3, but jack's out in the open, so it's better.
It's perfect weight for him.
Yeah, bang on target. Had the jack.
Great bowl, Brad Orr. Oof. Jack goes flying next door.
Dead ends are replayed here in VBL, so they'll reset next door.
Interesting decision with Brad going the first one with the backhand, I thought. Tone. He's now back on the forehand. Cool, have still got 4. Big bowl here for Brad Marron. JT calling 5.
Pressure's on.
Oh, calls have come on from Robbie Baker. Great bowl.
6-shot turnaround, 5 down to 1 up.
Pressure bowl.
Very cool under pressure. Sebastopol Burras will be happy with that. Of course, they're very happy with their Great Southern 16,000 last year. Huge tournament at Sebas. Received some really positive feedback. They produced an experience that's more than just a tournament. Nightly entertainment. Some new options, like a $1,000 single shootout. Free musical bingo. And they've got everything there, Matty.
Musical bingo.
Yeah, Friday night they hosted a $3,000 pairs event, which had Tier 4 rankings points. And Saturday and Sunday, crescendo with a $12,000 fours event. Not bad dollars for 2 days. 2025 Great Southern is on from the 3rd to the 5th of January. Get around it.
Let's start Robbie Baker. Gets his length back now here, Tone. What a bowl from Brad Marron.
Yeah, nerves of steel, isn't it? I mean, 5 down. Already a third away the way through this match, Matty. They do go very fast here at VBL.
Yeah, I like this format.
Yeah, somewhat abbreviated, so pairs and triples all going on at the moment. 15 ends, and then we do the old switcheroo. Becomes singles and fours. Singles first to 21. Fours is 12 ends.
JT in the zone again.
What's Robbie Baker done here, Matty?
He's looking to... Oh, he's
Can I
close.
get around the front one?
Great bowl.
Good enough. Might be tempted to change hands now, JT. No, still staying there. Got the best back now.
Brad will be playing the same hand, you think, Tone? Forehand?
Yep. Yeah, I think he's got options on the forehand.
Oh, it's in the area. Oh, he's got it. You mentioned it, Tony. He's bowling well.
There's no doubt about him.
Geez, it'd be nice to play triples with him at some stage, wouldn't it, Tony?
Cop that one, Brad Marron.
Yeah. The viewers probably don't know that we were meant to be playing triples with Brad Marron at the Vic Open.
Yep.
And he pulled out us the last minute.
He did. He baited us for a couple of years.
Oh,
We need to play the Vic Open together in the triples. First year we didn't put the entry in because we thought he was mucking around. He's not going to want to play with, well, you play okay, but he's not going to want to play with a mug like me. And he was a bit mad at us and said, where's our entry? I'm taking time off work. I was ready to go. We said, oh, sorry, we thought you were joking. Next year we got the entry in and he pulled out.
Yeah.
So it's 1-1 on the letdown stakes.
We'll have to get him to sign something after this game,
Yeah,
I think,
I
Tony,
agree.
make sure he doesn't. Oh. Oh, this is great bowling.
Stays up just. JT saying that doesn't change your shot. Still play it.
We have a runner on the forehand. Just kick to goal.
And straight through the middle.
I think he'd be looking to get in the count now. Tony was in a great line. Second bowl.
Just a little bit of weight off his last bowl. It's got a hold around JT's bowl. Unfortunately promotes it in. That'll cut one of the shots out. Down to one down. A little bit of damn, says Brad Marron as he walks past. Does he go a third time?
He's
Goes
going
bigger.
harder. Oh,
Front ball gets it out of action. That'll be a single to Sebas. Confirmed. 6 ends played. Sebas has won 4. Reminder, CLUBARHAM needs to win all 4 legs and get a bonus point. Their best chance of getting through to the finals next weekend. And they'll be going for broke. They're leading in the triples 6-5. Just being edged out here in the pairs. Dandenong Pulse in the pairs are leading Ocean Grove 6-1. Return the favour, Ocean Grove leading 8-3 in the triples. And Deer Park in the battle of the 2 undefeated teams in the other section. Deer Park leading 12-7 in the pairs. But Warrnambool Bulls leading 8-5 in the triples. So close matches everywhere. Yeah, probably wanted to be just over or under that bowl.
force a change of hands here for JT.
Hasn't played a lot on this side.
No. Needs to hold. Still have the weight. Opportunity for Rob to add the pressure. Happy with that last bowl, Robbie?
No, by his lofty standards, he will be a little bit disappointed with that. I'd take it any day of the week for me. But
opens the door for JT to correct on his last. He's on a better track tone.
Certainly got more speed.
He's nearly got the jack. Oh, he has.
A little bit of help. Gets the jack back. No huge celebration there. They understand that's a little bit of good fortune. Absolutely racing through their matches. Pairs and triples as Deer Park and Warrnambool Bulls. They've played 10 ends in the time we played 5 or 6 here. So no mucking about over there.
Brad Marron looking to cut this down. Oh. Good bowl. Reduces it to 1.
I get the feeling Robbie Baker would eat a bowl if you'd let him. Find a bit of front traffic for that one. That was Bradley Marron. Baker just asking Brad Marron to pause for a second. So Robbie Baker saying, I think this hand's gone, meaning I'm going to have to play your forehand. Brad Marron's reply was, it's ugly whichever way I go.
Well, he's asking him to change hands onto the forehand and get onto JT's shot.
Yeah, look, it's probably the best
Don't know if
option.
it'll get down from there, will it, Tone?
No, but it's probably more chance of navigating Brad Orr's bowls on the backhand, so. I mean, the shot's also hard for Brad Orr.
Well, they're having a good discussion about it, which I like.
Yeah, Robbie Baker's certainly a big analyser, tactician type player.
Yep.
Works through all the angles, all the options.
Oh, impressed.
Certainly learn a fair bit playing in his rink.
Well, he's opting forehand. He's going to need spot on weight.
Well, he's cleared the red bowl by 1.5 foot, so.
That's beautiful weight.
Very difficult, but possible. Going to get through the gap onto the Brad Marron bowl. It's just a little under for that. Over this will be one to CLUBARHAM Suns. Still trailing, decreasing the margin, 8-4.
Here we go, Tone. Discussion about the mat length.
Do they go back to their plan, Matty?
Which we haven't seen yet.
Well, if we did see it, it didn't work.
My prediction was they had a plan on mat length. They had a discussion whether they go with it. It was no, not yet. Let's see if we see this plan.
Yeah, everyone's got a plan till they get punched in the face or something, isn't it? That's the old saying.
Well, they can't show the similar length that the Burras have been doing. Well, they are. Where are we going? Absolute minimum.
Yeah, it's close to, probably not quite absolute, but it's a shorter end, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's... JT doesn't like it.
Did one of them a couple of ends ago heading this direction as well. Just not quite finding the line each time. Of course, he's got very high standards for himself, does JT. See how good the correction is, Matty. Just watching this one a little closer.
Yeah, it's a lot better, Tone.
Matty Flapper sitting out in the match against Dandenong. Of course, he's playing for Ocean Grove, his home club. Teams are allowed to have 6 players in VBL. They can make substitutions in between matches, not
Great
during.
change up here, Tone, from Robbie Baker.
And on the harder of the two hands, he's making it look easy. Matty Flapper cracked a bowl earlier. Matty Atobro. He did. Big drive.
Not unlike Matty.
No, over on rink 8. They look to be relatively new, the Henselite duo black and white.
Oh, good colours.
Yeah, they'd be a favourite with all the Pies supporters. Maybe a lightning bolt through the middle of them after last night.
I like how deliberate Robbie is. Oh, it's another great bowl. Oh, great.
That's a
leading.
peach. Absolute peach. So Robbie Baker's just delivered that bowl, then turned around immediately to see what happened on the rink next door. And then took a while for that to all settle. By the time he turned back around, he's got a front toucher. Life's pretty good when you're Rob Baker. And Brad Marron. As he walks past the commentary booth.
Well, Brad Orr not wasting much time here. Straight onto the shot bowl. Oh, rebound
Well,
off JT.
look at that. Jacks can go anywhere. Jack gets spat out sideways straight onto JT's bowl. It's heading out of bounds quite easily, but it bounces back into JT's other bowl. So
Brad Marron looking just to cut it straight down.
just missing by a whisker. A little touch on the jack, but not rewarded with shot on this occasion. Brad always won himself a Vic Open singles in years gone by. Of course, state player. Won a host of titles in the Goulburn Valley in their pennant competitions up there. Might have even won a Vic medal, which is now known as the Barb Gilbert medal, if my memory serves me correctly. Nice to have you watching with us, Vince. This is VBL3, round 3 action, match between CLUBARHAM Suns and the SEBASTOPOL Kookaburras, the Burras. And they say Noah's Ori urging that one to hurry along. But Marron's still got one bowl to come.
Robbie Baker looking at the situation.
Lorraine Dowson, our ITO, has declared it's 1 CLUBARHAM Suns so far.
Brad won't be changing hands. He was pretty close with his first 2.
Jack down the line in any way, shape or form is pretty good. There we go, with weight to try and get these couple of bowls out. No, he's just missed and gone through the gap, so no change. That'll be 1 to the Suns.
Well, we're going to measure. Just one time.
Measuring for 1 there, or a bit of funny business going on, but it's certainly 1 to the CLUBARHAM Suns.
And we're going to see a similar length to the last.
We are. We're going to see a change in commentary for me, Matty. I'll leave you in the capable hands of Troy Stafford.
Oh. Looks like we're both out of here, Tone. Been tapped on the shoulder. Enjoy the rest of the match. think we're throwing to Sammy and Glenn.
Just had a change in commentary here. Myself, Troy Stafford, and fellow BV employee Glenn Saditis. How you going today, Glenn?
Doing well, mate. Doing well yourself.
Yep, fantastic. Watching some absolutely scintillating bowls here in this pairs game. Some great leading, great conversions. Just what we like to see.
Yeah, been here for half an hour or so now and having a bit of a look, and the standard, as always at these events, is high. Right across the green, let alone from our featured game that we've got right now.
And these two with all to play, even though CLUBARHAM are winless, if results go their way and they get a good win here, they're still in it. So this is a very, very open section we're watching here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting given the standing of both matches at the moment too. Obviously 3 shots behind here, and that's only one end, and then the other rink they're up by a couple, so with a couple legs to play after this as well.
Yep, they've got all to play for, that is for sure.
JT asking for it to hurry here, on a good track again.
Just needed to clear that bowl with another foot, and he probably would have got round it.
No doubt looking for a bit better position here with the last of the leads bowls as well. JT with 2 well-positioned bowls past, probably wants some cover behind that jack.
Anything between the jack and that back bowl would be a good bowl. Probably going a touch further than he wanted, but nothing lost back there. Brad just turning Robbie's in for another shot here. It should be, looks like 2 now to the Burras. Good bowl here from Brad. Just sits at jack high and tempts Brad Orr. It's going big. Gets the last one out. One of JT's off the rink. Brad Marron just looking to put it back. Maybe tuck it a touch so he's not sticking out. Just needs to run here. He's done enough. Going to see big weight again from Brad Orr. And gets them all, gets the jack. Looks like he's still 1 down. Very, very unlucky. Giving Brad Marron a bit of room to draw. Plenty of room for Brad Marron here, and Robbie just yells out 3 rippers. All 3 of his bowls counting. He's playing very, very good bowls in this game at the moment, Brad Marron, and answering all the questions that the Suns are asking of him. Just lacking a metre there. Just running past JT. First in, best dressed here. Robbie's on a better line with his second, I think. Beautiful weight. Well played, Robbie Baker. Falls against the bias. Metre correction required from JT. Just going to get stuck out there. Probably could just tidy this up a touch, tuck it round the corner, make it very hard for JT and Brad Orr. Holding 2 at the moment. Just cut his line again. Holding 3 though. A little bit of weight here from the lead.
Yeah, anything underneath would have been a chance to work off that wall.
Yes, one of those ones where if he did miss, he wanted to miss tight.
Saying that, still got one sitting there, just hanging on the edge of the bank, or on the edge of the green. So would imagine that when Brad gets his chance, he'll be looking at playing something similar.
Yeah, I think Brad Marron's going to want to tuck this jack around the corner.
Yeah, for sure. Hide it, change it.
He's not going to want to give Brad all 3 goes at this.
I've just realised my error there of going Brad, all very generic.
Yes, I did
not
that
making
in
it
the
easy for us.
couple of bowls, so I've now trying to get the full name in.
Oh, he's not going to be impressed with that.
Changes the angles a bit because even if he gets the 2 without the jack, they'll still hold 2.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of the jack, it's just spun on itself and splashed over towards JT's bowl.
Flicks Brad Marron's last bowl and just jumps sideways.
For a measure.
We've done the marker a favour there because she was struggling to hold all those 4 paddles up. There were plenty in the hand at the time.
The way Brad Marron's drawing, I expect him to draw the shot here.
Just working its way up there.
Done enough, but left some room.
Be framed nicely for Brad Orr as well. That jack high bowl there. Knows that if he gets inside that, he's every chance to be shot. Really good visual guide to know what he needs to do and what'll be enough.
Something like this if he stops. Just ran on.
Depending on what Brad Marron does here, there will be some potential options for Orry with his last. I mean, he's got a second shot there for sure, and every bowl past the jack is a Suns bowl. He's just played weight where he's only just missed the jack, but if he's keen to move it at all, there's a number in the making.
Just whether he, feels he can get past that front bowl of Brad Marron's and get back to the jack, which he can, but it's not a huge target.
Looks a little on the tight side here, but the weight's good again.
Perfect weight. 3 next door in the triples to the Suns. Sees them 11-7 now after 9. I think this one's just under as well. Good backdoor it. No bowls left to play, up to the leads to determine.
JT reaching for the measure.
I've got a feeling that last bowl shot, Glenn.
Yeah, and he's not giving us a lot with the body language either as he's walking back to the mat end about whether he likes it or not. JT going around the circle, checking a third bowl as well. That always seems to be a little bit hopeful. Oh, got it.
Yep, 1 to the last bowl. Just to fill you in what's happening next door, the other part of this section that's really up for grabs. Super tight. In the pairs, it's 6-all, Grovers and Pulse. And in the triples, Grovers and Pulse, it's 8-all, both after 9 ends. This section still wide open.
Straight back to T for the Suns as well. And another good starter here from JT.
Yep, be very happy with that ditch to ditch. Has just left it jack high, but you got to get it. Won't be wasted here from Robbie Baker. Finishing in a good home.
Plenty of value there, especially with that first bowl of JT's finishing at jack high.
Absolutely, and I'm always an advocate when the jack's on the tee. Any bowl between the jack and the ditch is always useful.
Oh, absolutely. It's that confronting space where jack movement means that you're, if the jack does move in that area, that you're going to be having to convert under pressure. You can't overplay things at the risk of falling in the ditch.
Yep.
You can't underplay them and be short and create traffic.
Yep.
You really do force your opponents to be weight perfect when that jack's moving around that area.
Very true.
A little bit more intent in this one in the line. It's a matter of whether he's going to hold on for jack.
Just underneath. Another one waiting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Setting the trap.
Imagine that JT's wanting to change it at this point, tuck his own bowl around the corner, trail a little bit himself.
Yep, 2 feet of weight onto his own. If he misses, he's in a good, finishing in a good area.
He's following it with some vigour.
He's pretty close to that back bowl, and there he goes.
That's
He's
much
turned
better
it
for him.
perfectly.
Shot still there.
Yeah, he just probably got too much of the bowl. He wanted less of it.
Where there was a hole between bowl and jack, that doesn't exist anymore.
If he could just get the inside of this, but he's got the outside, unfortunately. Another couple of shots to the Suns next door in the triples, pushing that one out. So they're tit for tat here on the two rinks. There's a chance here to change this up.
Oh, that's worked out really nicely.
It has, but I don't think Brad Marron's going to be short to this. Got one out.
Ori having to play some cover now, no doubt. Get to those back two reds.
Brad Marron lining up again. Pretty nice target for him. And he's got
got the ultimate result.
Generally you see a bowl follow a jack, but this time it was the jack following the bowl.
Yeah, and without being able to tell exactly where it is from this angle, the jack is very, very close to that bowl of his in the ditch. Impressive from Brad Marron there to change the weight that he played between the two shots. He went absolutely flat out at the previous bowl. With that target size reducing slightly, he's just toned it back, allowed the bowl to turn a little bit, and still got the ultimate result out of it.
And made three.
Yes, yes. For just a bit of an update across other games, Ocean Grove and Dandenong Pulse are all square on that overall at the moment. Ocean Grove leading the pairs 7-6, but down in the triples 9-8. Of course, you can.
Very difficult shot here for Brad.
Goes back to what we were talking about at the start of the end with that value of a bowls between the tee and the 2 metre mark. Oh,
Exactly
he's got
right,
the triple rub and
3 rubs.
shaking his hand, waving, or shaking his head and waving the hand in apology.
He's got the shot, but he's not too proud of it.
No.
But that is bowls. That is the game that we play and the game that we love.
Well, Brad Marron's got some freedom to this as well to turn it straight back into 3. Ori's bowl didn't manage to get the jack at all, so he can come up on the back of it, sit that bowl in. If he turns the bowl onto the jack and puts that in the ditch, chance to hang around himself and make 3.
Yeah, that's just that one of Robbie's that's just making that little bit harder that he can't see the entire bowl. Just underneath.
Lovely effort at it. Low percentage shot, but
Nothing
made a
else
fair
on.
fist.
Got to play what your opposition allows you to play. And whilst the Suns got a little bit lucky there, they take the 1 and just bridge that gap a little bit. Back to that long length again. weight by Robbie. Just feel the tension here starting to lift as they're going toe for toe, shot for shot on each of the triples and pairs rinks. Good correction there by JT. This reasonably well with beautiful weight. Robbie not happy with this one, just out that little bit too wide. Going crooked himself. He's a harsh critic of himself, Robbie Baker. Expects a high standard and he generally delivers.
Everything relatively well covered across the green here. I think we're just going to see a bit of a draw off between the skips this time round.
Yeah, too many gaps for any weight at this stage in the end.
Trying its hardest to work its way up there.
Lovely weight.
Probably holding 3 at the moment, but I'd imagine that it's getting cut down right about now with the way that Brad Marron's been drawing.
If he holds, he gets the inside of this bowl, he gets the shot.
And
Doesn't
flops
even
back
need
as
the
well.
inside.
A bit of a friendly turtle for him.
Yes, he's playing impeccable weight.
Brad Orr with a bit more intent here. Chasing to play that bit more aggressive line now that he's got that bowl to land.
Did he get enough of it?
Yes,
He
has
did.
done.
Well done.
Josh Thornton's bowl there waiting to catch.
Change of hands. Looks like for Brad Marron. Looking to take the place of that CLUBARHAM bowl.
Tough shot because he has to get the bowl alone. Jack back to Brad Orr's bowl isn't going to help this for him either. Imagine that Orr's going to have to change hands here as well. Can't risk turning Brad Marron's bowl up onto the jack.
No. Touch on the jack, he can make 3. Just wants to come down and have a closer look at this.
There's a few options there. Touch on the jack for 3. He can really try and change it up as well and play that 18 inches of weight to split Brad's bowl out entirely and leave him really under the pump. Playing that backhand as expected.
Under the line.
Yeah, both players there getting that little bit antsy to chuck them out too wide on the ditch rink.
Brad Marron, I must say, coming down to have a look. But Club Barron holding the one. And Club Barron, a major host and new partner of Bowls Victoria, is the home of the all-new over 60s carnival. It was held recently this year, which was a resounding success, and we expect the carnival will grow and grow in years to come. Barham also hosting the Women's Country Carnival later this year for the first time, which will see hundreds of female bowlers compete in pairs and fours, hoping for a piece of the $20,000 prize pool. Entries for the event are now open on Bowlslink or at Club Barham, and it's held from the 2nd to the 6th of October, and we thank Club Barham for all their support.
Yeah, that over 60s event was a great success in year one. Really well received. Plenty of support behind it from our bowlers across Victoria, and a number up in New South Wales that crossed across the border as well to play that. Oh, very unlucky from Brad Marron there finding that hole. Really honest effort to get the shot there, but another one to the Suns. Sees us move to 10-8.
Both clubs hosting big events, because we've also got Sebastopol BURRAS, who held their Great Southern 16,000 last year, and it was a massive success for their club. The club's aim was to produce an experience that is more than just a tournament. This was definitely achieved with nightly entertainment, including a $1,000 singles shootout and free musical bingo. Friday, they hosted a $3,000 pairs event with a Tier 4 ranking points, and Saturday, Sunday, a $12,000 fours with Tier 3 ranking points. Excellent grass greens and a carpet undercover. And that event will be held again this January from the 3rd to the 5th. So if you're looking at entering a team in there, get in contact with Robbie Baker at the Sebastopol Bowls Club.
Feeling some deja vu, Troy. Last time coming this direction, T to T, JT putting one on there to Jack Hyde, 3 or 4 inches away.
He did, but second bowl of Robbie Baker that went past the jack. On this occasion, he's short of the jack. JT's close again. Just leaving holes.
Couple of shots on the rink next door to the Burras. Brings that rink to 10-13.
Probably looking to give this one a chance this time. Just not going to come back for him. Stays on, he'll be happy. Yeah, that sets it up.
Similar last end, JT no doubt wanting to turn his own bowl a little bit. Get rid of that shelf that's sitting out there to be landed on.
Just going to come in behind the jack here. Very, very
that
good.
Works.
Things are heating up next door too, Glenn. The Pulse are now in the lead in both games. 8-7 up on the Grovers in the pairs after 11, and 12-9 up after 12 in the triples.
Haven't had too much of a chance to be able to look over there, but no doubt a high standard contest going on given the success that they've already had this weekend.
What's Brad Orr do here? Just try and change it up again, tuck it in, or does he go to the back?
Given what we saw last end, I'd be assuming that we're trying to get to the back in some format.
Yeah, but just looking at the conversation him and JT had, it looked like they may just try and tuck that jack around.
That's the thing. There's a few holds there as well, plus the own bowl. So play with 2 to 3 feet of weight, and if he pushes his own bowl to the back, that'll do the same job at the same time as well. You know, could get both results here with a perfect bowl. Tuck the jack, get some better position behind at the same time too. It's a bit under for line, but that weight really is what he's looking for there.
Gives him 4 shots, takes one of the sit bowls away. Brad Marron not mucking around here.
Gets 2 of them, but removes all of his back bowls at the same time. Still 2 down.
Gives himself room to draw with his next, the way he's drawing.
It's one of those frustrating ones in this game of bowls. You play a really good shot, you think you've got the result you want, and sure enough, you're still sitting 2 down, and all of the good position that you had beforehand doesn't exist anymore.
And then the other team draws another one and you're 3 down.
Brad Marron certainly a good enough bowler to go from that drive to draw, though, and be fairly close here.
Gets 2 goes at this, the way things are set up. Where's
He's
that
not
jack
far
gonna
from
go?
the jack. Catches on JT's bowl, and
Looks like he's 1 down, but far better than 3.
contact on the back of Brad Marron's bowl can probably flatten it down and leave JT sitting there. An advantage here where having the 3 bowls as opposed to the 1 up near it is very present.
By the sounds of JT there, sounds like Brad Marron actually got the shot.
Yeah, Robbie Baker indicated the 1. Brad's apparently touching it and a small gap to JT's.
They do have 3 seconds though, so if you can get this right, even if that one of JT's goes out, if the jack doesn't move, Brad Orr's got the next 2.
Well, it's not been high scoring lately. Sebas would really like to hold on to a shot here as well. 5 of the last 6 ends going the Suns' way.
He's very close here.
Oh,
He's very,
what
very
a bowl.
close. And he's got it without moving anything, and he's made the maximum that he could. 4 shots. What a fantastic bowl.
Brad's bowl, of course, a toucher, remaining live in the ditch, so there is some target size there if he does choose to play some weight at it.
Fair chance if he runs at this, it's going to kill.
And run he does. Oh, just removes one of them.
The front bowl.
Another 3 shots to the Suns.
Putting CLUBARHAM in the lead. Giving them a lead in both pairs and triples. With 2 ends to play in the pairs and 3 ends to go in the triples.
Last bowl of the rink next door and the triples being played at the moment. Can't quite tell who's holding here, but the Suns players are watching it anxiously.
I believe it's a BURRAS shot. Brody Harker just going through the gap between shot bowl and jack. And it was 3 shots to the BURRAS, which levels that one up 13 all after 13.
It's all happening here, Troy.
It certainly is. With more action to come after this, one more lot of games to be played. to decide in this very, very tight section who's going to go through to the finals at Club Barham next weekend.
Speaking of close games, looking next door, Pulse still lead 9-7 against the Grovers in the pairs, and they're up 12-11 in the triples.
JT drawing the shot, another little turtle there.
Rob Baker watching this intently. Is he going to get all the way up to JT's bowl? Yeah, has done so nicely.
Yep. A little disappointed, but if he stays on, which he has, very useful. Especially if Brad Orr can play some sort of a conversion like he did on that last end.
Oh, phenomenal shot.
That was shot of the match, I think, so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just when the Burras were taking their ascendancy, Brad Orr said, "Not on my watch."
Not a bad spot from Rob Baker, knowing that Brad's likely to be playing some sort of trail weight. Has that slice covered on that side if he doesn't get it perfect.
Yeah, I think he's going to give his bowl a chance. Couple of feet of weight, maybe.
He's playing the opposite hand to what I thought he would do here.
Yeah, it's a legitimate shot. It's just they don't choose to play that side very often. That's probably the reason he chose it.
Can't argue with it, Troy. And what he's done now is he's got cover on both sides for where the jack does go. Obviously, had he chosen to play the forehand, he only had JT's bowl pass to play to, whereas now if the jack does move, both sides of the head covered. But Brad Marron just falling shy here. Saying that, with 2 bowls left for Brad Marron, I would be expecting an improvement on that with what we've seen of him so far.
Brad Marron, Brad Orr, too many Brads in this game. Brad Orr electing to play the same side as his first.
Yeah, absolutely. He beats those 2 red bowls that are just past the jack. He's probably in the count.
Don't think it's just going to come back enough here. Lovely weight. Brad Marron looking for a yard. Hasn't done it.
Contact on his own bowl may force Brad Orr to change, but looks like he's persisting with it.
Yeah, if he gets his line right, he's around that bowl.
It's interesting. We've seen a few bowls go narrow on this hand in this direction, and then, of course, Brad's last one hanging wide out there.
Doesn't want to turn that in. He's just caught the edge of it.
It really does speak to how impressive that initial shot of Brad Orr's was this end to remove the bowl, given how they've struggled on that side of the green.
Is it third time lucky for Brad Marron?
Looks to be better weight.
I think he's out too high though. Another one to the Suns. Giving them a 2-shot lead going into the final end in this pairs match. Suns are holding on the next rink in the triples too, with one bowl left for each of the skippers.
Some intent finger measuring going on that rink, trying to figure out what they play with each bowl remaining.
Another good opener this way by JT, this time not leaving it sitting jack high.
Brett Baker won't know what's hit him, not having a jack by bowl there to play with his first. Over in the other game, Dandenong Pulse leading by 2 shots in both matchups, 9-7 in the pairs and 13-11 in the triples.
Pairs with 3 ends to go there, and the triples down to their last end. Does that force a switch from JT? It is the shot bowl, but no, elects to change.
Safer play, not worth taking the risk of turning it in. Might get a wander up off the front of it. Oh, he's going to turn it in anyway.
That's what he was trying to avoid by changing hands. Just put it right in front of the jack and hidden the jack. Won't be happy with that.
What it will allow him, though, is the ability to go back to that hand that he's been playing mostly this way. Go back to what he's comfortable with and familiar with. Could be a few shots here on the rink next door for the Suns as well. They've peeled one out, broken out the measuring tape. As expected, JT changing hands, back to that preferred side.
Just go on a touch. Important bowl this for Robbie. It's his last bowl of the game. He's really going to want to make this count, but not add to a target.
Ended up being 2 shots in the end of the Suns on the next rink.
He's on a good track here, Robbie Baker. Oh, he's played it well, but he's just sat at jack high. Good bowl, finishing in a spot that he didn't want it to.
So with an end to play in each of these matchups, the Suns lead by 2 shots in both games.
But whatever happens there, all these 4 games in this section, there's no more than 2 shots in any of them. Regardless of what happens, we're going to be in for a big finish this afternoon. So if you're watching live, come back at 4:15 because it's absolutely game on.
Yeah, we're sitting at 9-all in the pairs game between the Pulse and the Grovers, and they're walking down the green at the moment, carrying the bowls back in the last matchup. Pulse were leading 13-11 going to the last end. We'll let you know what the final score is there once we get it up on the scoreboard for us.
Suns holding 1 next door after the leaders finish. Very close here, Brad Marron. Just needs to run. What a great effort.
There is a hole there, but surely Ori's going to be playing some weight at this.
Yeah, he's just fattened it up a bit, hasn't he?
The 3 best bowls behind it. Not going as hard as I thought he would at it.
Now, there is a hole if he gets in between Brad's and Robbie's bowl with too much weight. He could go right through that hole and not touch anything.
Well, unless Brad Marron negatively changes it here, Brad Orr will be playing down match with his last.
Brad Marron's just looking and talking to Robbie Baker. Do I change this up or do I cover the back?
What are you doing in this situation, Troy?
I think I'm covering the back. There's 3 bowls back there.
Park in the middle of them. Stop Brad being able to make a 3 himself, or?
Well, Brad Orr doesn't need to make the 3. They just need to win the end or get second shot. So if Brad Marron does go around the back, he's still going to have to draw it with his last to get a draw out of the match. I think they're talking about a blocker here.
Yeah, Rob Baker just putting his foot on the line.
Sebastopol holding 1 on the rink next door, with Sebastopol skip having Andrew Brown 2 bowls to play and Brody Harker 1. So that's going down to the wire too. What an exciting finish we have here. Brad just going over to talk to Brownie, just to try and work out what's the best shot for him to play based on the situation in both heads. He's opted against the blocker, I think, playing forehand.
It's the hardest thing to try and commentate a blocker, Troy.
Oh no, he is playing the blocker. I'm just surprised he's doing on that hand that they've struggled for line on.
He may have actually made Brad Orr's mind a little bit easier here about what weight he's to play.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a little bit more weight here.
He's sort of taken away that 8 to 10 feet weight that he sort of searched with previously. He has to get under that bowl of Brad Marron's now to get in there, and it probably actually frames it nicely for him. It'll look nice and inviting from the mat, knowing that if he misses that front bowl, he's going to be in the area and changing something.
It's also the hand that he played that absolute clinker of a shot 2 ends ago.
Yes. Of course, if he just gets 1 bowl out, then we're sitting at all square on the rink score as well.
No, he's selected forehand big. Got 2
Gets
out.
2 out. Brad Orr says, Brad Marron, go and draw a second if you want to draw this match.
Next door is the same situation. Sebastopol skip holding 1. Last bowl needs to draw another for a draw. And he's just tight. So that's going to give the Suns a 1-shot win in the triples. So does that change Brad's mind now, not wanting to go for the draw and wanting to try and get a win?
I think so. Really needs to secure that leg. JT's bowl is sitting out there. Knows that if he can sit that through and hang around it, it may bring in Rob's front bowl against Brad's back. He would need to move that bowl of JT's probably 2 feet though.
His other option is if he goes big, tries to kill it and start again. He's made up his mind. He's heading back to the mat. No indication to us as to what he's going to do.
We've had another end finish in the Dandenong Ocean Grove game, with the Pulse now behind in the pairs 9-10 with one end to play. Brad Marron likes this.
He needs to hold. He's got a corner of the jack. And he's probably 2 down. Very, very stiff. Yep, that's it. 2 to the Suns. That gives us the Suns wins in both of these legs, which still keeps them alive. They are winless, but if they can come back after the break and get the final 2 legs, gives them the bonus points as well, gives them a maximum 27 points. So it's absolutely game on here at the Dandenong Club in sectional play of VBL3. We will see you later this afternoon. If you're tuning in live, come on back at around about 4:15 for more action.